Bradbury was the most imaginative writer in the 20th century. He inspired millions across the globe with his brilliance and technique. He reshaped science fiction into a new meaning. Influencing authors everywhere, Ray Bradbury truly changed the literature world. Though many enjoy these brilliant ideas in his books, this was not always so. For a long while, these now treasured books were cast away from schools, libraries, for his ideas. But again and again, teachers and librarians kept putting them on the shelves, and they survived. As for the ideas, they survived too. And whether or not that affected the future he described, we will never know. But one thing we do know is that Ray Bradbury wrote the best-selling novel of them all, Fahrenheit 451, a wonderful example of his brilliance. The book, along with Ray Bradbury's extraordinary futuristic ideas and interpretations, are why we are here today to talk about one more of the things that make Fahrenheit 451 so amazing, his figurative language.
Ray Bradbury has astonishing talent when it comes to writing figurative language. His ideas are far from normal, which leads to an interesting reading experience that can captivate anyone who reads and understands it. I found over 80 creative similes in Fahrenheit 451. The similes differed from "her face was like a snow-covered island upon which rain might fall," to "helicopters were fluttering like torn bits of paper in the sky." All of Ray Bradbury's groundbreaking figurative language leads up to one amazing book, Fahrenheit 451. Not only has Ray Bradbury written several popular and radical books, poems, and even plays, but he has also inspired future generations of readers. Ray Bradbury is an inspirational, motivating, and talented author who will continue to affect many readers.
As Amy talked about similes, I will talk about another figurative language, imagery. The imagery that Ray Bradbury used really made a difference in the book Fahrenheit 51 because he gives you a mental picture or an experience of its setting in the future. For Bradbury's readers, he had to really make sure we could visualize and feel what he imagined about the future. Imagery gives you a feel of being in the story. Figurative language also enhances writing. Because imagery describes things in detail, it can be easily mixed with other figurative language, like similes, metaphors, and even personification. For example, here is a sentence from the book. "The men were hurling shovels and magazines into the dusty air. They fell like slaughtered birds, and the women stood below like small girls among the bodies." Another remarkable thing about imagery is that it not only creates pictures in your mind for your interpretation, but it also creates experiences with other senses too. With the other senses, your interpretation is now not only 2D, but 3D, not only representation, but an impression. With all these details and uses of imagery, one comes to appreciate Ray Bradbury's writing even more.
Ray Bradbury once said, "Stuff your eyes with wonder, live as you'll drop dead in 10 seconds. See the world. It's more fantastic than any made or paid for in factories." It is his creative and quirky mind and thoughts that makes his writing so enjoyable and fun to read. Ray Bradbury has amazing talent to be able to write figurative language like he does. His work is very descriptive, making it so easy to visualize the story in your mind. And every simile or imagery enhances Fahrenheit 451. Every sentence he publishes has a meaning and great depth to it. All of Ray's brilliant ideas on similes and figurative language all lead up to a masterpiece, Fahrenheit 451.